If you've come here to learn Cinema 4D and how to 3D model inside Cinema 4D, you've come to the right place. In each one of these videos, we cover another tool for 3D modeling inside of Cinema 4D, and today we are covering the normal scale and why you may want to use the normal scale instead of the regular scale inside of Cinema 4D, and now you can use what's best for your project. Let's go ahead and jump into Cinema 4D here. Now, you'll be able to find this tool under your Mesh menu under Move. Here you'll see normal scale listed, but you'll also notice that it is grayed out. So it's grayed out right now because we don't have anything to use this tool on. So let's go ahead and change that. We have our list of primitives here. If I hold a click on here, I can go ahead and drop in, let's say, a plane. Now I have garage shading lines chosen as my display, and that allows me to see the lines on my mesh here. I can adjust the number of segments on the plane by having it selected in the Object Manager. And then I can adjust these values in the Attribute Manager for what's selected. So I can adjust the number of width segments and height segments. And this looks pretty good to me. Now you'll notice a problem we have here. If we want to select polygons on this, we are unable to. And that's because it is a primitive. We'll have to make this an editable mesh in order to do this. So you can do that a couple different ways. You can click this button here, or you can just click the C hotkey with the object selected, and it will make it editable. So now when I go in here and I select a polygon, now you'll see under the Mesh menu under Move, we can now use these tools. They are available to us. There's another way you can access these tools. You can use the M hotkey, and you'll see under normal scale listed is a hyphen. So M hyphen will activate the tool so that now you see it available and its options available in your Attributes Manager here to the lower right, when in standard mode as we are now. You can adjust your scale in here by choosing a percentage. You can choose to see your adjustments in real time by having this box checked that says real-time update. If you hit apply, it'll apply that adjustment that you have listed up here. And we'll talk a little bit about the new transform in a moment. You can click and drag in your viewport to adjust the scale value and to use the tool. You can reutilize that again by clicking on another polygon. And if you want to apply those same values you used on the last selection, you can click New Transform and it'll apply whatever values you used there, here. And now the really wonderful thing about the normal scale is it is scaling in the normal direction. So what is the normal direction? And why would we choose this over the other type of scaling? Well, let's go ahead and open up the Doodle tool for this. So I'm using Shift-C. And if I type in Doodle, you'll see the Doodle Paint tool. And I can click on that. I'm using this bright green color here so that you can see this better. And I'll just outline this. This is our polygon. And you can see it's orange, so that's the exterior of the polygon. Now the normal direction is perpendicular to that surface, so it is pointing outwards. So that's the axis in which we are going to be scaling around. So the normal axis is the axis we are scaling around. Like think of a tire and the axis on a tire. That tire or that wheel is rotating around that point there. So we're doing something similar here, except with scaling. We're scaling around that point. I'm going to delete this, and I'll show this further on a primitive that has multiple sides. So we have a cube now. It has multiple sides. And we'll add segments to the cube similar as we did to the plane. I'll add 3 along each side. And I'll make it editable again using the C hotkey, so that now when we're in polygon mode, up here, we can select the polygons. So let's say I want to scale all of these. We can do that a couple different ways. Now, if I were to scale using the regular typical scale you can use and hit the T hotkey to enable that, and I just started scaling, you'll see this is not scaling along the normal axis. It's just going outwards. It's just scaling out from the center point between the averages of the locations of those polygons. However, if we use the normal scale instead, after hitting undo, that's Command Z on a Mac or Control Z on a PC. If we want to scale these in the normal direction, we can do that. So let's hit M- for the normal scale, click and drag, and now you'll see that these are scaling in the normal. So again, if there was, going to grab our doodle tool again, the normal axis for this polygon is going this way. The normal axis for this polygon is going this way. The normal axis for this polygon is going this way. So we are scaling around those normals, and that's really useful for situations where you have multiple. If you would like more resources in order to learn Cinema 4D, or even to connect with other artists through my Discord channel, you can find the links to all of that on ambient3danimations.com. If you would like to learn more mesh modeling tools, I have an entire playlist covering every single one of the mesh modeling tools for Cinema 4D here on my YouTube channel, Ambient 3D Animations.